All right, everybody, welcome back to the Sideshow. My name is Mingo.
This is Tony.
I'm Seabass, and I got some news.
You're pregnant.
Yep, thanks for that. Fucking ruined that. Thanks.
I
Jesus
didn't ruin
Christ.
anything. Jesus, come on. Lighten up.
I'm quitting my job.
What?
Fuck them.
Aren't you a manager there?
Uh-huh.
Well, wait, do you have something else to
What?
go to? Like,
Yep.
oh,
Oh,
nice.
don't worry.
I
Rent's still
haven't-
going to get paid. He's got it handled.
Yeah, exactly.
Worried about his
My
car
dad
payment.
doesn't pay rent for me, so I got to worry about rent.
He was gonna talk to Daddy number 2 tonight, Tony.
No, the fuck I wasn't. Yeah. After 3.5 years, they finally fucked me over. So,
So, what happened? What was the
where do you want me to start?
what was the straw that broke the camel's back?
There was a lot of straws.
Oh, well, no, not this. We got to build up to it. Where
Okay.
did it start?
Started probably about when was Coachella? 2 months ago?
Yeah, about there. Yeah,
2 months ago?
month and a half ago.
April.
Yeah, beginning of April.
May,
say
so
the
yeah, we're
beginning.
June. So yeah, 2 months.
Okay.
So, that first weekend at Coachella, I work right there at the one on 111.
Okay.
And the second 11 a.m. hits, I'm slammed. My screen's full of orders, and there's only 3 people on the line, which is where food gets made. I'm saying a lot of lingo that I'm sure people aren't understanding right now. So line, that's where people make your food and send it out. Screen is where my orders are at. So what? You have
So
questions?
by the way you're selling it as, I had 3 people. Does that mean that wasn't enough? Well, how many?
That was
should-
nowhere near enough. There should have been 5 people, if not 6.
What's a normal shift?
6.
6?
Mhm.
And they only gave you 3
Mhm.
on the first weekend of Coachella.
Mhm.
Okay.
And these are like what, online orders?
Online for delivery, online for pickup, online for curbside, and then I have in-store orders for here and to go. I also have online orders for here, or for like sit down. And they had 3 people. I shouldn't have even been working on the line, but it was me, one other manager who had already put in his 2 weeks. He didn't want to be there, and then they gave me my slowest person on that first weekend at Coachella.
So somebody that had put in their 2 weeks already was working?
Yes.
Yeah, he's
And
checked
it
out.
was
Yeah.
a manager.
Yeah, he's checked out already.
So I called my GM and said, "Hey, what can I do? Let me call somebody. Let me call people in. Let me do something." She goes, "There's nothing you can do. I'll just let them know about your times. Good luck." Is basically what I got from the sideline from the GM.
Is the GM local? Like,
Yeah.
So your GM just basically said,
Said figure it out.
wow.
That was straw number 1.
All right.
Straw number 2 was the next week. I come in for my shift, and the GM wants to talk about how tired she is. And I made the mistake of replying, "Yeah, I'm tired too." Because she replied to me with, "Well, you don't have to deal with much as I do. What are you talking about?" She was like, "I have to deal with associates. I have to deal with customers. I have to deal with people above me. I have to deal with other GMs, the other stores." So I was like, I have to deal with all that too. I get it. I don't have to deal with as much as you do. You're right. But look, this is my first time in management. This is my 3rd month being a manager. You realize that, right? And you want to tell me, "Oh, you don't even know what you're talking about." She basically tried to out, like, how did I put it? Out miserable me.
Yeah.
Like, are you serious? You're a grown fucking adult, and that's how you're gonna react to that question. What else? Oh, there was another thing where a customer was having an issue with the Wi-Fi, and they came and asked me about it. And I said, "Well, it's working on my phone, so let me go see if there's somebody else that I can call, or somebody else or if I can look for outages or something like that." So I asked the assistant general manager. I said, "Is there anything I can do?" And she told me flat out. She just said, "Figure it out." In those words, she just said, "Figure it out." So I told her, frustrated. I just said, "Okay." And she tried to reel me back in to fix it with her other words, and I was just ignoring her. I'm over it at that point. I'm done.
So
I just felt like for the past 2 months, I get zero support. Nobody wants to help out. Like on all my closing shifts, I never had a full crew. I either had somebody no call, no show, or call off with nobody else to call in to get it fixed.
You wouldn't leave there till like 11:30 at night.
I still don't.
And what time do they close?
9.
Damn.
I should be leaving 10:15, 10:30 max.
But they give them a bunch of kids that got to leave at 10 because they're in school, and by law they can't work past 10 o'clock.
Yeah,
so,
all the minors. So they'll get, like, the other night before last, right?
Mm-hmm.
They gave me 3 minors and then one more person that wasn't a minor, but that was that dude's last day, so he just didn't show up. So I basically had 3 minors and myself, and they all had to leave at 10. So they left at 10, and what time did I called you at like 11:30, 11:45?
Yeah.
That I had finished? Because if I don't stay and if I don't finish everything, then I get the book thrown at me. Your clothes looks like shit. You should have had this done. You should have had this done. You should have had this done. I was like, you realize you gave me all minors, right? That doesn't matter. You should still be able to get out at 10:30. Are you fucking serious?
So then he would go in to go do the morning shift, and he would have to write, and she would miss all the same shit.
So yeah, speaking to that, I remember when I took that cabin trip.
Yeah.
So the second day that we were there, in the morning, I wake up to a bunch of texts because the service out there was spotty. So I woke up to like 20 text messages. 19 of them were pictures, and one of them was a big old long paragraph. And all the pictures were about what the clothes was like the night before. It wasn't me because I wasn't there. I was in San Luis Obispo. So I go back to work the day after I get back, and I was on an open shift. So what I do when I walk in is I have to walk around and make sure that everything last night was finished. Well, I walk around and there's a bunch of shit missing. Like, there's a bunch of shit that should have been taken and thrown away and cleaned away that wasn't. There was a bunch of shit that was left on that should have been turned off. And I went to my emails to check and see who closed, and lo and behold, it was the general manager. Do you know how long my email that day was about all the shit that she missed? I took the fucking opportunity to do what she does to me.
Well, let's go back to the text that you received while you were on vacation that had nothing to do with you.
Oh, no, it was a group text.
Oh, okay.
I failed to mention that. It was a group text between me, and at that point there was me, 2 other team managers, the assistant general manager, and the general manager. So there was 5 of us in that group text.
Okay. So I'm going to take a second real quick for your edification and for people that are listening. If you are an hourly employee, your job should not be contacting you on your day off.
Even if you're management?
Even if you're management, because you're not salary. You're not on duty because you're not salary. They pay you hourly. So if they do that and they call you, they're supposed to pay you your time when they call you, because they're not supposed to bother you on your day off.
It's okay. I've made up in manager's overtime by how long I have to stay.
Yeah. Crazy hours, dude.
Yeah.
That's just ridiculous that they do that.
There was one night where, I kid you not, it was me, 1 other person who weren't minors, and then 3 other people that were minors. They all left at 10. Me and that dude had to stay until 12:30 to get everything done.
Now, is it so? But you guys close at what time?
9.
So within that hour, what were the miners doing that they couldn't get everything done that they?
2 of them were newer.
Okay.
Which I get. That's fine. We were hiring new people to rebuild the clothes team.
Okay.
So at that point, it was like, okay, well, I can't. Not that I blame the miners, anyways, because most of them do a good job.
Right.
But that especially, I can't. So, fuck. What was I saying before you stopped me?
The email you sent back to your.
Oh yeah, the email was fucking long that day about all the shit that I missed, and I was talking shit all day about her. Like, hey, do you know who closed last night? And they go, it was the GM, right? I said, yeah. Here's all the stuff that they made. Like, just, I don't give a fuck. I Benedict Arnold all the way. Fuck them. You're not going to tell me. Like, how are you going to tell me, like, oh, your associates aren't going to do what you won't do? Like, then how do you expect me to do what you won't do? I can do a better job closing than you. It's ridiculous.
Do you ever get shit back like that? Like, do you have employees that are like that? Like, not that you did anything wrong. I'm just saying that will try to argue with you about shit.
No.
No. Well, but you don't hire younger guys either, right?
Yeah,
Like
it's not like that.
More adults.
Yeah. So was that the straw that broke the camel's back?
That was me walking into a close from the GM after her spieling to everybody that you have to do your travel pass and make sure everything's done or you can't leave.
So at that point, did you decide I'm going to look for another job?
Yes, I had decided before that I was going to look for other jobs, but I hadn't looked for other jobs. But at that point, that's when I started looking.
So, because I've been out of the game for so long,
Right.
how do you even start looking for another job? Because back in the day, we used to look at the newspaper
Right.
or
Oh.
call your friend and say, you know anybody that's hiring?
Right. Or you tell your mom and dad and they called everybody they knew.
So how
Or
do you look for a new job these days? Because I have no idea.
I have 2 apps on my phone. One's called Indeed and one's called LinkedIn.
I've heard of both of them.
So literally what I did is it was late one night and I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to start looking. So I looked. I had to update my resume because I hadn't been looking for a job for 3 years. So I had to re-update my resume. And then from there it takes your job title out of your resume, your experience, and then it suggests you jobs that match your resume.
Okay.
So I was just scrolling and applying to, like I applied to all the restaurants in this casino, the other Cat City one, a bunch of restaurants, because that's all I've got. Like that's my, not that that's not what I want to do. Like that's what I know how to do, is food.
It was the
But I
easiest
had-
out because you
yeah.
have experience. Yeah.
That, and then it takes your, like it asks you for what certifications you have, so you put that in, and it
Right.
suggests jobs for that.
So
Put the other one in.
do you have one of those, what is it, a server?
ServSafe. ServSafe is the management one, and then the food handler's card is the
handler,
basic one. Yeah,
You got that?
I have both of them.
Does that cost money? The Indeed
I
and
think
the
it's
LinkedIn?
$27. Oh no, Indeed, no. Those ones don't cost money.
So-
LinkedIn has a premium
Right.
where you can see, because that one's a little more in depth. It tells you how many times people have looked at your job profile.
And it tells you who and what companies they're looking at your profile from.
Oh, is that right?
The premium one lets you do that. I'm pretty sure.
And so they take your resume, they send it out to, or they know. In other words, companies go to them and say we're hiring.
Correct. So
Yes.
Indeed has so you get in there, you upload your resume, and it does what he says. It takes these and then it puts you. When you go in to look, it already loads up what you're looking for. Okay, so any different companies that are hiring for what your specifications are, it'll list for you.
Okay.
But there's also people like recruiters or whatever that will go on to Indeed and they'll search for certain people for certain jobs, and managers can go in there and look, and they just pull down resumes off of there all the time.
So yeah, when I first started looking, I had emails from Indeed and LinkedIn about, hey, this they're looking for management here, they're looking for management here, they're looking for management here, apply here. So they make it easy. It's just a matter of getting the call back.
So they don't actually send your application to them. They just let you know
Yeah.
these are some leads to go there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or jobs will go in and they'll pull your resume.
So, but that didn't happen to you. Did any company contact you based on you just?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But there, where I landed the job, there was a recruiter that had texted me after I applied, and said that, hey, we've got your Indeed resume, but bring a paper one just so we know, because my paper resume goes more in depth of where I've been at and like job duties and stuff like that. So
Huh.
The LinkedIn always worked better for me. I'd put LinkedIn, all that stuff on there, and my resume, and I've always had decent amount of searches on there. But I pay
LinkedIn
for
is
the
more
premium one.
that one's more professional though. Like, not to say that Indeed's not professional, but it's more higher
collar.
up. Yeah, more higher up kind of jobs.
And then there's another one. So like if you're looking for, higher management or executive jobs, it's called Glassdoor. Glassdoor.com. I know it sounds like a porn site or a meetup site, but it's not. It's the glassdoor.com, and they have good paying jobs on there, like legit.
So the spot that you eventually went to go work, or you are going to go work for, they didn't contact you. You actually went over there.
I applied, yeah.
Do you apply online, or do you walk in for application? Because
They don't have applications in stores anymore.
so you can't walk into a store and ask for a job?
There's no paper applications anymore. If you walk in and ask for a job, like at Target, they have kiosks set up for you to go and apply online. If you go into places, oh no, we don't. You can just go online, go under careers and apply.
Okay.
Most places do that now. They don't. I haven't seen a job have a paper application in 30 years.
But when I got the job that I'm at now, what I did is every time I applied, I went out with it was a folder, right? I had a folder of resumes on like cardstock. I'd go out to all these places. I'd go to the one little section that they're all in and go door to door. Hey, I applied online. Hey, I applied online. If you have any questions for me, I applied online. That kind of thing. And then, but this job, I applied late at night. The next morning, I got a text.
Really?
Saying, hey, let's set up your interview.
From the actual manager of the spot?
Not the manager. He's the recruiting person. Someone in HR.
Of that company?
Yes.
Wow.
Hey, I'm helping the GM and the... why do I keep forgetting
District manager?
District, that's the word I'm looking for. District manager, set up interviews this day, this time. How does that work? Perfect. Okay, bring your resume, dress to impress. So.
Good. That's how I did mine. I've always done it to separate it, but there you can go to like Staples and they have resume envelopes that are just like if you took a peachy folder and cut it in half, and it's got one pocket.
Okay.
But
do you mean a manila folder?
What was that?
A manila folder?
No, a peachy folder.
Oh.
You know what that is?
No.
Really? I thought I've showed you before. I'll show you what it is later. They were like the shit back in the day. If you didn't have one, you were fucking missing out.
Remember the shit we used to draw?
Hell yeah. And the original ones were yellow with like orange on them. And then they came out with like bluish ones and purple ones. But yeah, you buy these and they're kind of like that same weight. And then you get like cardstock to print your resume on. And you tuck it into that sleeve. That way, when you go to interview, you hand it to them like that, and they're like, "Oh, okay, you didn't come to play, okay."
You just hand them the cardstock, not the.
No, you hand them the whole envelope, the whole sleeve, and everything.
Damn.
Oh, I know what you're talking about then.
But you just told me nobody takes paper no more.
When you go in for the interview and you take your resume. Like whenever I interview, I take 4 resumes with me because I don't know how many people I'm gonna interview with.
Got a funny story about that, but keep going.
So I take 4 with me. That way I have one, and then I have 3 in sleeves. That way when they come out, I hand it to them, and it's a nice presentation. It's in a sleeve. It's gonna stand out from everybody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's good shit, dude. It's a little expensive, but you got to put a little money into yourself to get it out. You know what I mean?
So 2 things. This is another thing. The GM had told me that. So the one manager that hired me at the job that I have now.
Yeah.
She wasn't planning on hiring me because they had already gotten full up at that point. Like they were good. If they'd have had me, they'd have been past their roster.
Okay.
But she told me that she just couldn't tell me no.
Why?
I don't know.
Did you hand her one of those cardstock resumes?
That, and I just probably my personality. Like, not to toot my own horn, literally. It took everything in me to say that right now. But
it's funny. This is why we laugh, because we get the angry personality.
Yeah.
And you're fucking charming the pants off these people that aren't in this room. We're like, hey, wait, let's interview him.
Can we role play right now? I want to know exactly what you did.
nope.
So, Sebastian, tell me a time.
Did they ask you? Okay, again, just because
It's been so long.
I've been out of the game. Do they ask you like scenarios? Do they give you a scenario? Hey, we got this. What would you do?
They did it the job that I'm at now,
Okay,
but not the one
that you're getting.
that I just got hired at.
So there's this new thing that they do. It's kind of like a personality test, kind of to see how you kind of perceive yourself as to what kind of player you're going to be. So, like, if you had to say what animal best describes you or your personality,
Okay.
I'm asking.
A bear.
Why a bear?
A bear because I'm really calm and I'm really laid back. But once we reach that limit, we can go from 0 to 10 in a heartbeat.
Okay.
But because there is no 6, there is no 7.
It's
It's
just
always
either,
a
you're
0.
either chilled or it's on. Or you're throwing
for
sand everywhere.
for it to be on, it's like it had to get there.
Right. You said you were what?
A shark.
A shark. And why a shark?
So this is a really random tidbit of information that I know, but if sharks stop swimming, they die. So my thing is, I'm a shark. I got to keep moving. I can't sit still for too long.
That's a decent answer.
She seemed to like it.
I don't know if that would work for a job environment.
Yeah.
I'm a bear because either fucking leave me alone or I'm going to rip you apart.
And what would you be?
I don't know. I don't know.
And back to I've been out of the game so long.
I think I'd be a lion.
Oh, here we go.
No,
All right,
no.
Mufasa, why is that?
No, because
More
most
like
of the
Scar.
time lions...
Oh, no, the cowardly lion. I get it.
Oh, now it's fucking on. Okay. Okay, Scar. No, I'm just kidding.
What's the other one? Man, bear, pig?
Because it's,
Or what's
yeah,
the-
right? Because they lay around, they're calm as shit, but when it's on, it's on. You
That's
know
what
what
I just said.
No, it's different, though. It's different.
I just said
Not to
that
men-
exact thing.
Not to
Because you're
mention,
African, he's mad dark. That's why.
not to mention,
You're a grizzly bear.
I lay around, let the women do all the shopping, all the, you know what I mean, whatever, whatnot. I'm good.
Yeah, again, I don't
just-
think that's going to work for a job interview.
I'm just kidding.
And,
just kidding.
and to be quite honest with you, these are my jobs.
Okay.
Throwing newspapers on my bike when I was in 6th grade.
Okay.
And I was approached at like a supermarket by some guy that worked for the Desert Sun. Hey kid, you want a job throwing newspapers? You got a bike? Sure. You see what I'm saying?
Did he have a white van? Where he carried
Yeah,
his-
he did, but it said Desert Sun on the side. My next job was parking cars.
Okay.
I got that because my cousin did that, and he got me the job.
Okay.
Job after that was at the Desert Sun, like I spoke about.
Right.
My buddy Rick, his stepdad was head of human resources. Hey, give me a job. Sure, I'll get you a job. Boom. My next job was working at Alamo, which my neighbor worked at. Hey, can you give me this job? Hey, what do you do all day? I work at this rental car place. Are they hiring? I can use a job. Sure. And then I went into the pool business.
How did you go from Alamo to the pool business?
Similar to Seabass, they were just running me ragged.
You just got tired of it.
Yeah, because we were open 7 days a week, 352 days a year.
How long did you work for somebody before you started your own company?
A couple of years at least.
So it was a big decision to step out on your own, or was it just kind of...
It was a decision. My line of work, that's what you should be striving for.
Is to have your own business?
Yeah, it's not something you should be You should be working for someone just to learn the ropes, learn what you need to do, and then break out on your own.
Okay.
Because you can't make money by working for someone unless you just want zero responsibility. If you just want to, we don't have a time clock, but if you just want to punch in and punch out,
That's it.
which is cool. There's nothing wrong with that, but you're never going to achieve, another
More
level.
than that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I was out of necessity that I went on my own when I did. Not that I wouldn't have done it eventually, but the guy that I was working for, unfortunately, paychecks started bouncing.
Oh, wow.
They started coming in a little later than they were supposed to. You know, I had a mortgage to pay at that time. I had, a wife and kid.
Right.
So it was just like, it might be time for me to break out on my own because I can't be waiting on that kind of money.
Right.
So that's why I had to do it. So what I'm trying to say is I've never actually had to apply somewhere and do an interview.
Really?
Well, I had to interview like the rental car place.
Right.
I think that's the only spot I interviewed. But they're hiring, and what kind of interviews for somebody who's going to wash some cars?
Right.
So it wasn't anything special.
Wow. I think I've interviewed at, well, other than before being like 18, I've interviewed several times, all over the place, different level jobs, different kind of shit, all over the place.
I think I've interviewed at every job except for the shop. I don't remember being interviewed for the shop.
Oh yeah.
I think it was just hey, give me some time. Hey, give me some time.
Right.
Hey, give me some time.
Well, let me ask,
3 weeks later, I had the fucking job.
I want to ask you a question, and it's gonna.
Is it gonna rustle some jimmies?
I don't think so, but it might. It's gonna catch you off guard because we hadn't talked about it. But you were talking about, where you are, and then it's not that you're not where you want to be, but it's what's comfortable right now. It's what you know, right?
Mm-hmm.
You had mentioned that somebody had come in, a nice lady, I believe she was from Canada, and she was talking to you, and that you had mentioned that she was a teacher.
Oh, yeah.
And that you had mentioned to her that you had thought about being a teacher.
Yeah.
And you asked her about, hey, seriously, what do you think really, from what you know about me, would I be a good teacher? And she turned around and asked you.
Without hesitation, she said, do it.
So now that you have this, it's only open till 3. So that leaves you a large part of the day. Are you considering going to school to chase that?
Yeah. I know I need to go back. I need to finish my major, and then I want to start a minor in music.
Finish your major?
Mm-hmm.
You started it?
Mm-hmm.
Really? What school?
COD.
I didn't know. Did I know?
I don't think so.
Wow.
Yeah, I hadn't met you yet. I don't think he'd come back in contact with you yet either.
How long? how long were you there for?
Semester and a half.
Wow. What made you stop?
Just became too much. I had that. I wanted to start making more money, so I needed to get a full-time job.
Why did
I didn't really have a break from high school either, and I was still fresh off of hating my mom from high school and all that shit.
Why would you need to make more money?
I had more expenses that I had to start. Like I had to start paying for the car, insurance.
I know you.
My rent started paying more.
If you were still in school, there should not have been rent.
Yeah, there was.
That's fucked up, bro. How you gonna charge rent if you're still in school? You're foul.
Is this your house?
Oh, hey. Point taken.
The other thing, it would have been half of what he was paying because his mom still would have been paying child support.
I was only 18 for like 3 months. Huh? I was only 17 for 3 months after I moved here, right?
Yeah.
July,
so if
September, October, November, so 4 months.
Yeah, but if you would have gone to school.
No, here we go.
If you would have.
He did go to school. He just said he went to COD.
If you would have continued your school,
okay, better.
Your mom could have had her pay while you were still in school.
You tell me that.
Pay what?
Child support. Till he's 26 and graduated.
Your house, dude. I'm not gonna say nothing because you're totally right. It's your rules. Fuck it. But real quick.
No, but hold on though. But to be fair, I always gave you shit about what you did. I wasn't charging him that much when he was because
I think
just said.
I think
I
it
wasn't
was
charging him that much.
I think it was legitimately half of what I pay now. So
and it was like, hey, give me half of what on the first, give me half of 15. I don't want to leave you without cash. And if there's something that you need or something that you're gonna go do, let me know, and then we can skip it.
All right.
I mean, I wasn't like pounded on him for the money.
He wasn't a dictator.
So you interview.
Which one? At the
new spot.
Okay.
How long after the interview did you find out you got the job?
Okay, so I know you've been out of the game for a while, but now they started doing second interviews, and I know that there's people that do third interviews. So here's how the process went. I know I didn't tell you anything about it. I wanted to keep it under wraps until I had the job, but I hear Blabbermouth over here already told half the friend group. So I had my first interview, and in my first interview, I told her her being the GM, what the environment of my job now is like. And she was very honest. She was like, look, I have to deal with kind of the same thing. I'm building a new team. I'm building a new management team. You'd be my second manager if I were to hire you. I have a full team of associates, of like team members. And I could use a few more team leads. So I'm really building my management team up right now, but I'm dealing with the same thing. I'm dealing with like call-offs, no-call, no-shows, but I have enough people to cover it. So if it happens, you'll be okay. And you have the support from me as a GM. You have support from the corporate office. There's 5 people in the corporate office. And they go down to separate stores and they help out all the time.
Where's the corporate office located?
LA. So they'll drive out here and they'll help individual stores. Because I think there's only 18 stores in Southern California.
Oh, wow.
So they'll go and help out. I know they're opening a 19th somewhere. I can't remember where. But, so she told me that. And I was like, okay, well, I'm open to it. I'm good with adapting to my environment. I gave off a lot of like key buzzwords, you know what I mean? Just, hey, I know these words work. So not that I was cheesing the system, but so I left that interview and she called me 3 days later.
Right.
She called me 3 days later and she said, I was just concerned with something that you said in your interview. I want you to come by, have a coffee, have something to eat, sit down, and we'll have a conversation. So I went in.
So is this considered your second interview?
No, not yet.
Okay.
So I walked in, and she met up with me. She got me a coffee, something to eat. She said, look, so I was just concerned with the fact that you said that the environment you're leaving now is almost the same environment that you're coming into. I say almost because I have your back, and I know that the corporate office will have your back. So she said, just sit down, watch my team work for 15 to 20 minutes. If it's something you still want to pursue, awesome. Stay. When I come back out, we'll have a conversation and we'll set up your second interview. She said, if you don't even have to say anything. Just leave and I'll know you made your decision. Okay. So she walked back there, and the second she turned around, dude, I had the biggest smile on my face. That was the coolest fucking thing ever. Was for her to call me in and say, hey, I want you, but I don't want you if you're not going to like it. So I sat there and I watched the team, and that team was fucking badass with how they were rotating, and everybody knew what they needed to do and where they needed to be and where they needed to move to if they needed to.
It makes a really big difference when you walk in somewhere and the place that you go to sees who you are and realizes that you're an asset and wants you. You know what I mean? And for somebody to say that to you, that means that your happiness with the job means a lot. Yeah.
So I sat there. I saw how the team worked. I waited. She came back out and she said, you're still here. I said, yeah. She said, so you're still interested? I said, absolutely. I watched the way the team work, and it's impressive.
When do I start?
Pretty much. I said, so when do we do the second interview? She said, I'll call you and we'll set it up. I said, okay. So she called me the next day.
And just to confirm, this is the same woman that said she didn't want to hire you.
No,
that was from the other company.
That's from the other job. That's the job that I work at now. So she called me the next day and she said, how about a second interview on this day? You'll be with the district manager the whole time. And then how about this time? I said, okay, perfect. I'll be there. So I showed up and I went in the back, and that dude threw me off. He was fucking with me. It was a good interview. Like, I gave all the right answers and everything felt right. But like during the interview, he goes, so if she decides to hire you, if she wants to bring you on, if this, if that. And then at the end, he asked her, he was like, so how do you feel? She was like, yeah, I feel pretty good. He goes, okay, so do you want to go ahead and onboard right now?
On board?
That put all my information in their system so that that was my hire date.
Yeah.
So I went through all that. There was a point at which, they had to have you put all the information in the computer into their system. So he had to get up to go make a copy of my ID. So I just kept going through the system and putting all the information that it needed from me. And he came back and expected me not to move forward. Expected me not to keep going through the system. Like, okay, so this page, I was like, oh, I moved past that one. He was like, oh, where are you at? I was like, I'm here. He was like, I was gone that long? I'm like, no, I just know how to input all this stuff. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, where are you at then? And then he explained it to me from there on. So, yeah, they hired me that day. Should have my orientation this Thursday. And then my last day at the job that I'm at now is the 31st.
Okay, we moved too fast. Hold on.
Why? I'm sorry, the dots weren't connected.
When you got the job, when did you put in your notice to your original job?
Oh, that day. I walked in. I was supposed to close that night. So I walked in, and the second I clocked on, the GM pulled us into a meeting, which I'll get there. She pulled us into a meeting because it's like our health audit season. So that's when we have a third-party company come in and do like a health survey, and just so we know if we're on the right track or not. And she wanted to just push the importance of that. She threatened us all with, it's not just my job on the line, it's your guys' too if it doesn't go well. And like I said, you can't write it. It was so fucking perfect. Everything was so perfectly timed. So towards the end, she goes, the GM, she says, so this is who all's leaving. Can you guys think of anybody else? And I fucking smiled from ear to ear. I'd been waiting for this moment since I applied at that fucking job. And she sees me smiling and she goes, what? I said, all right, I guess this is a good time to drop it. This is my 2 weeks notice. My last day is the 31st of this month. Everybody's jaw hit the fucking table. It was such a good, like, fuck you. And she just said, okay. And so we all got up from the meeting and she goes, so I guess you and I are going to have a conversation to me. I was like, me? In the office? Okay. So we walked over there and she goes, so what made you do that? I said, I got a better offer. She goes, yeah, where at? And I told her. She goes, they paying you good? So yeah, they match what I make now. And within 6 months to a year, I could be her assistant general manager. And she tells me, she goes, it's a lot of work. I said, yeah, but I think I'm up for it. And she goes, okay.
Wow.
So the fact that I wasn't offered anything in the way of staying, and the fact that she immediately tried to get somebody else promoted that day, made me realize that I made the right decision. In fact, this is another little tidbit of information. I have receipts. There was something that happened at the bus stop right there the other day. These two guys were fucking fighting with each other, and one of them walked on our property, so I had to call the cops. So I called the cops, and I told the GM, I said, hey, this is what happened. I already took care of it. They arrested somebody. They got all their statements. They talked to who they needed to talk to. It's taken care of. She said, okay, go ahead and text the regional manager. Just to let him know what happened. So I texted him. And he texted me back, this is what he said. I'll fucking throw the whole thing out there. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
I'm done.
Be careful.
Why? I'm not going to say his name.
Oh, okay.
So he said, got it. Thanks again. Also wanted to say I'm sorry to hear you're leaving us soon. If there's anything we can do to change that or that we can do to help as you transition out, please let us know. Appreciate all that you've done for the team and myself. This is how I responded. This is after I put in my 2 weeks, obviously. Said, thank you, redacted. I appreciate the kind words. The company has been nothing but good to me the past 3 years. I would love to say I'd entertain an offer to stay, but unfortunately my GM hasn't offered anything in the way of keeping me thus far, so I'll have to pass. Again, thank you for your kind words. It's been great working for you and wish nothing but the best for everyone. And he didn't respond. So yeah, I'm done.
Thoughts, Tony? I see it spinning.
Well, I mean, so let's get to the any butterflies when you were like, oh God, I'm gonna quit my job after 3 years. Am I doing the right thing?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question.
I mean, because of course you've been there so long. Everybody's change is tough for everybody,
Right.
and although the grass at that particular point in time seemed greener on the other side, it's still the other side. So,
And you won't know until you get there.
and no, I mean, it's all good. I just think the butterflies are more like you're leaving someplace you've been for so long, even though it's for the best. It's still you're getting a divorce. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It might be the best thing, but it's still.
This job is my Amber Heard.
And why would
There
you?
was-
Just out of curiosity, why would you say you've been waiting for this day since you applied?
Since I applied at the new job.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I thought the same thing you did.
I was like, damn.
No. No, like I told the regional, it's been a great place to work for the past 3 years. I've got to fucking move up from being the lowest of the low to the lowest of the high. Let's be honest, that's what it is.
Right.
Yeah, good description.
There was butterflies up until she said okay, and I realized she wasn't going to offer me anything. I was like, okay, I know I'm making the right decision. I know this is the right thing.
And I told
Because if she would have fucking begged me to stay, there might have been butterflies for a little bit longer. But the second she just said okay and didn't want to offer me anything else,
Had she offered you something, would you have taken it? Would you have stayed? I should say.
I wouldn't have stayed unless the number that she offered me was much higher than what I make now. But it wasn't going to be. Sorry, was there 2 questions in that, or was there just the one? I can't remember.
I have one. Are you still going to get your bonus?
I don't know, probably.
You should probably.
I should have
ask.
gotten my bonus from last month because I was there the full month.
Okay. When are you supposed to get that? Do you know how they pay it out, or like?
I know it goes onto your paycheck.
Well,
Then
aren't
again,
you
my
there-
last day is the 31st.
Yeah, isn't it going to be a full
So-
month, or you're still there
so yeah,
all
it'll
over
be
to
the-
the 31st?
It'll be the full month.
Are
so
you
I should
closing
get-
on the 31st?
No, I open on the 31st, which is fucking hilarious. Because I mainly close, and they didn't want to give me that last day. And I didn't think about it until what he said. He was like, but they're probably thinking that you'll milk the clock that day and just stay, just to stay. Like, I'm
No,
not
I don't-
fucking
I-
like that.
But
What-
they usually pay you out
Yeah.
those expected hours, because they'll usually have your check ready for you
Yeah.
on your last day.
When I used to be at the rental car spot, if someone put in their 2-week notice, we get right on the horn. What are we going to owe this person?
Yep.
We're going to pay. We're going to write him a check right now.
Yep.
And just say, here's your 2 weeks. Don't come back. And only because of the inventory. You know, we're dealing with cars. We didn't
Right.
want them taking a car, doing something.
Right.
So it was just cheaper to just
When
to
the
dump 'em.
AGM said something fucked up too, I didn't mean to cut you off. What? I didn't like. I
love
didn't. What?
He appreciates it.
I appreciate it. Thank
Okay.
you.
I didn't mean to. Fuck. Now I forgot what I was gonna say.
AGM said something.
So yeah, she said something to me the other day, night before last with the 3 minors. One of the kids was supposed to be there, but he no call no showed on his last day, and she told me, she was like, yeah, he probably called off for tomorrow too. And she goes, that's why when people give my 2-week notice, I usually fire him right on the spot. She said that to me. This is the week after I put my 2 weeks notice in. She said that to
yeah,
me.
but that's pretty normal. Most places do that shit. Just because they know, like, most people, they're fucking out. They say, hey, I'm 2 weeks, man, I'm out. This is my last day will be such and such. Man, those 2 weeks, those motherfuckers are gonna work slower and
Yep.
not give a shit at all for those 2 weeks.
In my business, if we're lucky enough to plan a vacation,
Yeah.
the few days beforehand, we're checked out. It's like I'm in vacation mode.
Right.
I'm doing a shitty job. I'm trying to get home so I can pack. I'm trying to get home to start my vacation.
Right.
I'm trying to,
Get the most, right?
yeah, exactly. When there are times when other pool guys will help out and do your route for you.
Right.
You might have to pay them, or I should say, you will have to pay them to do it. But at least your pools are covered.
Right.
I belong to like a poolman union,
Oh, okay.
and when someone will go on vacation, let's say there's 50 guys in the union. Each guy would do one pool for the guy that's leaving.
Oh, cool.
So that that was a cool little setup. For that, let's say it's a week. When you show up to that pool for that first time, there's no chlorine in the water. It's dirty. because they've checked out the week before because they're like, I got somebody going to handle this next week.
Right.
I'm just getting home. I'm going to get home early. I want to start my vacation mode. So you know they checked out already.
Right. I'm jealous. I want a new job. Fuck.
Me too. Shit.
Dude, I don't know how you do it.
I don't either.
Dude, the other day was like 106. I got home and it was like 108 still, right? And I walked outside to go check the pool and skip the top or whatever. I was like, God damn, it's hot. And the sun was just cresting to go down. You know what I mean? I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's getting warm.
Ooh, and it's that warmth where, like, you know, you see those movies where 100 feet out you can see like a mirage.
Yeah.
Shit, it's so hot in this motherfucker. That mirage is right in front of your eyes, bro. Like, shit's like, yeah, I know, like that microwave shit right in front of you. Hell nah. That shit crazy.
Is your new company open every day of the year?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I don't know. I'll cross that bridge when I get to it.
Was your old company open every day of the year?
No.
Holidays, Christmas, New Year's?
Christmas, New Year's Day, not New Year's Eve, New Year's Day.
Thanksgiving?
I think it was just Thanksgiving.
That'd probably be it, though.
Yeah. Because we sell off of Valentine's Day.
Oh, yeah.
We sell off the change to summer.
Mother's Day, Father's Day.
What do you mean sell off?
Like we have shit that's made specifically for Valentine's Day. We have specific.
Really?
Yeah.
Like this just this past graduation, this last week, they had specialty donuts, and if you were graduating, I wasn't
even talking about that job. I was talking about the old one.
Oh,
Yeah.
He was talking about the old one. So there goes that.
yeah, they have donuts there.
I work at Swiss Donuts.
I hadn't said the name of it.
One fucking job.
You didn't have to point it out. We could have just gone right over it because I
had
realized it when I said it.
You had one job.
Fuck.
It wasn't even that difficult of a job. Tony
So-
was doing it.
Should we just go ahead and tell them that where it's at then?
No.
Okay then. Gosh.
One job.
Hey, I made it 45 minutes in. It took me.
Is there a uniform?
Like one that they give you? Is that what you mean? Or
Yeah.
they gave me a shirt, and I know that they're ordering extra shirts.
So you can wear whatever pants you want?
Not whatever pants. I think it's got to be. It can be jeans or khakis, but they have to be dark. So
Nice.
yeah,
Time to go buy some new jeans.
yeah.
Hell
Shit,
yeah.
I got some, but
You guys been following oh, did you want to talk about no? Have you guys been following Amber Heard and Johnny Depp?
Weren't they off for like a week or two?
They were, and they came back this week and it's
Okay.
supposed to end on Friday.
Yeah, I followed what transpired today. Really, I don't think anything happened. No, some shit happened Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah. Did you see?
today's Tuesday.
Did you see the Dr. Spiegel from yesterday?
fucking dude. Do I have to answer that question?
I don't really. No, I didn't see that.
Oh my god, dude! You got to pull that shit up. This dude was like
He looked like a patient rather than a doctor.
he looked like the eagle from the Muppets. Have you seen that the eagle that's on the Muppets?
Yeah.
That's what he looked like.
Doesn't the eagle have like a big, thick eyebrow?
Mm-hmm. That's exactly it. And real skinny and like almost just
All
a
serious.
flat and round head.
No smiles. That dude was all serious.
Doctor for what though? What was he? Why did they call the doctor up?
What was
I don't remember what he specialized in.
Was he their personal doctor or something?
no. He was
He was a brain doctor, not a body doctor.
yeah.
Psychologist?
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
What, couple
No,
therapy?
it was gold something theory.
Goldman Sachs.
So back in 1972, there was a law that came out that says that's specific to a defamation case that you can't go after somebody that's you can't give an assessment of a president or a public figure without talking with them, without actually you can't look at testimony, you can't look at recorded shit. You have to sit down and talk to them to give an assessment about what their issues are as a psychiatrist, right? And this dude was up there talking about all this, and the dude just started fucking Johnny Depp's team is fucking just blowing them fuckers out of the water, dude.
Everybody that they bring up.
Just amazing.
Did he treat Johnny?
No, he never sat down to talk with him. He was just, and he was up there talking about, oh, well, somebody told me. Oh, well, that's what they told me.
That's hearsay.
Yeah. And he was up there, and dude, at first, when the lawyer that was cross-examining him, that was Johnny Depp's lawyer, when he was asking, I thought, oh, this guy's fucking terrible. This guy fucking sucks.
The lawyer.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that motherfucker had me, like, I didn't realize what he was doing, and he was just grabbing that motherfucker by his nose and just bringing him along, and then just started bashing him. Just had the dude befuddled. He couldn't fucking talk. He was way uncomfortable. He'd asked a question, and at one point, he sat there and he would just look like he was like licking peanut butter off the roof of his mouth.
And then he turned to the judge and he goes, "Do I have to answer that?" And she had to tell him, "You have to answer questions." Yes.
Just fucking crazy
I
shit.
didn't see any of this.
Holy
Dude.
shit.
You gotta look that dude up. He's fucking weird.
And Amber Heard's sister, because she was
I
on
saw that.
She was on at the end of the last week's trial
I didn't
before.
see that one.
Dude, she looks like, is it Paris Hilton and her sister? That they have a brother, right? That's transgender.
Oh, Perez Hilton?
No, Paris Hilton does a
Bravo show, right?
yeah.
No. He does a podcast.
Yeah, but he used to do like an entertainment website.
Yeah.
That's where we used to get all of our information when we were on the radio. We'd fucking steal it from him.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's why I remember that name.
Hold on, let me see if I can fucking. I think that's who it is. I think that's their brother.
Because he's got weird hair.
Yeah, dude. And she looks like a super tired, fucking Amber Heard.
Yeah. A little bit more weight, a
remember.
little more meat on her bones.
Yeah, and a little bit more dudeish, for lack of better terms. Paris Hilton's brother.
I saw today, or I don't know if it was today or yesterday, the dude that owns the RV vacation spot.
Oh yeah.
And how her attorneys try to get him by saying you wanted to be here, huh? And he was like, no. And everybody started laughing. You're a Johnny Depp fan, aren't you? He was like, no.
Yeah. The funny part is everybody that she's brought up looks like they're from a fucking trailer park. Anybody that's been there to help out Amber Heard, and they're just the worst fucking witnesses for her ever.
We use the word help very, very loosely.
Very much so. But everybody that Johnny Depp has pulled up and talking, like
Looks
they're on
professional,
point.
yeah.
He had one guy on there today dispelling that dude Spiegel from the day before. The guy was like super calm, had this like really soft British accent, and you're just kind of like... Like he just fucking mellowed you out. You know what I mean? Like, just say what Mr. Spiegel was speaking about yesterday.
Today, I saw... Last week, I heard of the nickname they gave her, Amber Heard.
Uh-huh.
You mean Amber Turd?
Yeah. And today, I heard them shouting it as she was walking in.
Yeah.
From the crowd outside.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I was screaming.
There's still a chance that a small chance that she could win if they focus just on what it is. Like he's already blown her case out of the water about damages for her and future endeavors. because they said that there was no talks about her being kicked out of Aquaman. There was never anything. There was a mention after the first one because the chemistry between her and Jason Momoa
Yeah, Jesus.
wasn't very good, and they were talking about casting somebody else, but they went back with Amber Heard. They didn't shorten her fucking screen time on this movie. It was always about Momoa and the other dude that's in the movie.
And then they kicked her off the movie.
No.
No?
No.
I thought they did.
No.
I thought
Well,
that's what
that guy I think was no, because he was just deposed. He was just deposed, so it wasn't like. Anyways, so what was I talking about?
her role in that movie wasn't shortened.
And they were talking about they were asking the producer or the guy from Warner Brothers, or whatever movie company it was. Well, you guys didn't pay her any more money because of this. And did you? He said, well, when I took over, we sat down and we talked about nobody's going to be renegotiating. It's whatever we decided from the beginning that we were going to give them, that's what it's going to be. There's no renegotiating anybody's contract or whatever. But we never told her that she couldn't be in the movie. We never reneged on the contract. And I mean, they're poking holes in anything and everything that she said.
I love when his lawyer was questioning Amber Heard.
Oh, Ben?
No. Vasquez.
Oh, Vasquez, yeah.
Was questioning Amber Heard. Mr. Depp got you the role in Aquaman, didn't he? Excuse me?
Yeah.
He got you that role in Aquaman, didn't he, Miss Heard? No, Miss Vasquez, I got the role by auditioning. Like, okay, bitch.
Well, and the funny part is she goes, no more questions.
Yeah, she laughed, yeah.
Like, wow, dude. And everybody's keeping like an eye on Johnny and this Camilla Vasquez, something like that. Camille Vasquez.
And they're real touchy with each other.
Yeah, but I wonder how much of that is just antics to throw Amber off, like to get her fucking riled up.
Because she's touching him a lot.
Yeah. Well, and they talk about but she's supposedly she's been dating this real estate dude for a while or whatever, but it is Johnny Depp, so who knows, right? But everybody talks about her and like, dude, she's a fucking amazing lawyer. She had that fucking, the other lawyer befuddled. Like she couldn't.
Miss Redahoff?
Yeah. Like objection, Your Honor, objection, hearsay, objection, blah, leading and
like, Elaine immediately after, it's totally legit. Like she's trying to fight right there.
And she's like, I'm trying.
Oh yeah.
Like, holy
and
shit.
She's looking up in the corner like, I'm trying.
Like how's your bajillion-dollar lawyer befuddled and gonna be in the middle of your court case and be like, I'm trying. What do you want me to do? You know what I mean?
And then after she gets objected, no further questions. She's just over it.
They said that it is possible that she will win, Amber Heard. But it's also possible, even with that win, they won't grant her any money.
Right.
Well, she did just countersue him for $100 million.
Damn.
Yeah. Well, but they poked holes in today, too, in how they derived at that number. And that by what she was getting paid, that Johnny Depp's suing her has nothing to do with her losing future shit, right? And that if she was getting paid what she was, for her to reach $100 million, she'd have to do like 20 or 30 fucking projects.
Yeah.
Not, you're not getting 100 million kind of thing, you know what I mean? But the thing is that if it's defamation, she's done that. And he's proven everything that she's talked about. There's several points at which she lied, that they've caught her in lies on. Even her witnesses that have gone on stage seem to contradict the same shit that everybody says she's lying about. Nobody's ever seen Johnny be aggressive with anybody, like all this different bullshit. So there's no proof anywhere that Johnny has beat anybody or hurt anybody.
Well, that and the fact that she talked about having her bruise kit,
Right.
the bruise makeup kit, and it even being in one of the pictures that she has of Johnny Depp being laid out on the fucking couch all drunk.
And it's like, it's 2 years. She said that she was carrying that kit 2 years before that kit even came out.
Yeah. And I think the company came out and said that
Right.
that she couldn't have had the kit. It wasn't out then. It came out 2 years later.
Yeah. So she's just getting buried left and right.
And how much was the original divorce settlement to her?
So I
$7
think,
million, right?
yeah, she was trying to get 14 million, but she settled for 7. And they were like,
pledged it.
Right. Oh, because you didn't want, but you weren't in it for the money, right? She said, no, well, I pledged the money, 3.5 million to the ACLU and to the Children's Hospital. Okay, well, how much of that have you paid to them? Well, I pledged it all. No. To date, you haven't paid or your donation. You haven't donated anything yet.
I use pledged and donated synonymous with one another.
They're like, well, no, I
But
don't.
I don't.
Yeah. That's not what it is.
So she got 8 million.
It's 7 million.
7 million. How paid is Johnny Depp?
Well, you gotta
Dog.
You gotta figure for Pirate 6, he was supposed to get $22.6 million. And that's just for the movie. That's not all the toy sales, the t-shirt sales, there's so many different things that go
I'm sure
into.
he probably gets a kickdown from Disney Plus for having the other 5 movies on there.
Yep.
Dog. How long do you think it takes him to film that movie?
6 months to a year, maybe.
Let's say a year. $22 million.
I wouldn't
Could
do
you
that
imagine?
shit for $22.6 million in a year.
You wouldn't?
Fuck yeah, I would. Shit. Hey, let's film it. Let's take our time and film this shit over 5 years. All right,
No, you're still getting the same $22 million.
That's okay.
No, we'll wrap this up in a year.
Right?
I'm good. Let me.
Hey, let's do it 6 months and then let's film another one.
Man, that's paid, kid.
Yup. Now you figure
Not to mention how much the other 4 have made.
because he's 50.
How much he got in 21 Jump Street. All the other movies he did.
Well, but 21 Jump Street, that was a pretty small part. I don't think he got.
It was more a cameo, but he still got paid for it.
Oh yeah. But shit, he's been in movies since. Nightmare on Elm Street was his first movie.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
He didn't get nothing for that.
What was that?
He didn't get nothing for that.
No, that
Not what
first
he
one he
makes
got
now.
small money.
Edward Scissorhands.
But he was getting paid for that shit.
Yeah.
Wasn't he in the Razorblade movie? What's that movie called? Sweeney
Edward-
Todd?
Oh, Sweeney Todd, yeah. The movie.
Blow?
The barber movie. What?
Blow.
Oh, he got paid for that motherfucker. He had to have.
Crybaby.
That movie was dope, dude.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
Crybaby was too.
Crybaby sucked.
That's a great fight. Like it's
You're
a rockabilly love story. Dude, that's a fucking timeless movie. Give a shit what you say. That's fucking.
Dirty Dancing is timeless.
I'd rather watch Crybaby than Dirty
It's-
Dancing.
I probably would too.
Or
Don't get me
Grease.
wrong, but the
Right?
Grease, oh yeah. But
Yeah, you got it right in the
Crybaby-
soft spot right there.
Crybaby was horrible.
That was a great with Hatchet Face. It's a great
I
fucking
still
movie.
reference her.
And Tracy Lords, come on, bro.
I still call women hatchet face sometimes.
What other like he's been in a shit? What's eating Gilbert's grapes, or what's Gilbert Grape?
Yeah.
What else has he been? He's been in a shit ton of movies, dude.
The Lone Ranger movies.
Yeah, the Lone
movie.
Ranger.
Oh, Tonto, that's right.
Mm-hmm. What else?
The Harry Potter movies.
Yeah, and then
The
he was
first
in
one.
he was in a gangster movie too, right? Well, he played
Limitless?
Black Mass, where he was the dude
Public
from
Enemy
Boston.
Number 1.
Public Enemy Number
That's
One.
what it was called.
Nick of Time, I think it was called.
Yeah, something like that. I don't remember. Just a shit ton of movies, dude.
Yeah, that's true.
And then I watched a clip today where he was.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
That's what it was. He was being interviewed for that movie, and he said, "Yeah, when I went," and he says, even when I went to go meet with Tim Burton about it, and he did the Charlie voice.
It doesn't seem real.
No, not at all. And he did it, and it's so weird watching his unmakeup face doing that voice. And he said, fucking Tim Burton was like, "Oh, Oh yeah,
That's it.
you're on to something there. That's it. It's so, yeah, dude. He's a great actor. Orient Express. What other one did he do?
Oh yeah.
A lot of movies. Great actor, dude. But he definitely got some devils. He definitely got some demons.
He openly talked about doing drugs with Paul Bettany.
Yeah.
It was Vision.
Had to give fucking Marilyn Manson a pill to shut up.
Yep.
Crazy, dude. But could you imagine? I can't imagine living his life. What his life must be like. And I mean, think about all the fucking leeches. Like, it was Amber Heard, her sister's boyfriend, Amber's ex-girlfriend, and her new boyfriend.
James Franco or Elon Musk?
No, not the girlfriend's boyfriends.
Oh, okay.
They were all living, like, he owns one of the top penthouses in the Columbia buildings there in Beverly Hills or LA or whatever it is. And there's like 6 or 7 apartments or condos up there on the top.
And one bald guy owns one of them.
Yeah, and he lets those people stay there.
Really?
Free.
For free. Plus all the drugs and alcohol you can do. Sign me up,
Oh, he's paid.
bro. Plus he's got
Paid and paying.
he's got his own private island.
Yeah, I heard about that.
He's got another house that's 15, 20 minutes away from those apartments. That's like his studio and his like man cave. I need to get the fuck away from you, crazy bitch house. And a couple of other properties that he's got there in LA, and then he's got a place in New York too, right? Something like that.
He's got
Something like that, yeah.
I mean, could you imagine, bro? Then how do you keep track of all that shit?
You have people who take care of that for you.
I can't imagine having that kind of money.
Nope, you can try, and I'm sure you have.
Yeah.
paid.
What would it take you to do a movie? How much would you say if somebody came to you and say, "Hey, Tony, look, we're gonna go to Hawaii and film this movie about some pirates. Are you in?"
I'd do that shit for free.
No, I'm not in.
You wouldn't do it?
I gotta work.
You wouldn't get paid to do a movie.
How much am I getting paid? Enough to not worry
I
about
don't
work?
know. What would it take?
I don't know.
That
It's
was
gonna take
literally
a
the
lot.
question.
That's gonna take a lot.
How much is a lot to you?
You're going to be in Hawaii
For 6 months.
for 6 months on their dime. Food is catered, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, because
I'm gonna need at least 200.
1,000 or million?
1,000. I would think that
At least.
I would think that if you were I think it would probably start about 250.
Yeah.
Would be
At-
about
at
where
least.
at least about where it would start. If you were just
And
like,
they covering all the expenses.
yeah, of course,
So when I'm coming back home, I got to check for 250.
right,
And that's to me.
right.
Meaning anybody else,
Not
any
my
managers, any managers.
Oh, you
no.
want 250 after,
Yeah,
like,
to me.
free and
To-
clear.
Yes.
All right.
I'm going to need that.
so you're talking more like 400,000 probably.
No,
About
because I don't need a
350?
manager. Because
Yeah,
they already calling me, so
Mm.
it ain't like I went out looking for it.
And you said you do it. No questions. You're like, yes.
I'd want to get paid for it.
Well, yeah, but I mean, but you wouldn't care how
100
much you
to
do.
200, yeah.
Yeah.
And see, but the reason I'm saying 200 is because what I got going now is going to be completely wiped out, meaning
Right.
business wise.
Right.
So I'm gonna need to build it back up. I'm gonna have to start from the ground up when I get back.
Right.
So I need that 250 to keep me afloat until it's built back up.
You couldn't.
Take that 250 and move.
You couldn't hire somebody to keep it going while you were gone.
Yeah, but you know how it is.
It's not gonna be the same.
It's not gonna be the same. How long you gonna be gone for? Psh, it'll go downhill within 2 months.
Yeah. Become too much for one person, and then.
Well, yeah.
And isn't that shitty, bro? How long? What's the longest you've been away from your business?
A week.
And it's just you come back and you're just like, fuck,
Yeah.
I shouldn't have gone.
It's just, but the good thing is they're always little fires,
Okay.
manageable fires.
Got it.
inconvenience that they had to go through,
Gotcha.
which shouldn't be a big deal. It's like, yo, I'm gone. What do you want me to do? But they look at you like a slave almost. I'm paying you. I'm paying this service, which
Right.
is a weekly thing, and you weren't here for a week.
That's terrible.
It is.
Can't even go and relax a little bit.
Dude, well, we could talk about why we've been missing for 2 weeks. My son graduated.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that. But yeah, I was gone for 3 days. And when I say gone for 3 days, I'm already off for 2, Saturday and Sunday. So
Okay.
I was actually just off on Friday. And what my work for Friday was done on Thursday.
So you did everything you needed to do by Thursday so that you could have Friday,
Let's
Saturday,
say
Sunday.
everybody that was the work I had to do on Thursday. So let's say I had to come here on Thursday.
Okay.
I came on Wednesday.
Okay.
So what did you miss out on as a customer? Nothing.
Right.
I came here on Wednesday instead of Thursday. And then Friday people...
I did you a day early. You should be happy.
I came. At least I still came.
Right.
People I had on Friday, they got done on Thursday. What did they miss? Not a damn thing. And then I'm off on Friday and Saturdays.
Okay.
Still complaining.
About what?
I had... Put it this way. I had somebody that came... Remember how windy it was?
Right.
Okay. When it's that windy, you got stuff floating around.
Right.
And it was windy while I was gone. So I had somebody hit me on a Monday, actually on a Sunday, to be honest with you, talking about there's all kinds of dirt in my pool. I don't know the last time you were here. I don't know what's going on. I really hope this is going to get taken care of tomorrow, meaning Monday. Like, you knew I was leaving. I was there the day before I was supposed to be there. So whatever happened, trust me, it happened after the day I was supposed to be there. Meaning I was supposed to be there on Thursday. I was there on Wednesday. Between Wednesday and Thursday, this whatever you're complaining about didn't happen. So it's not like it would have been any different.
Right.
But no, they still got to send
Did you
out
go fix it
email.
on Monday?
Yeah. Because it was our scheduled day. It was no big deal. Wow. But still, it's just, they feel like...
They own you.
Yeah. And I try the story, the way I say it is, look, Veterans Day, the bank is closed, right?
Yeah.
Do you expect them to be open, let's say, on a Sunday to make up for that day?
No, usually a Saturday, though.
They're already open on Saturdays. They ain't going to be open longer because they're not going to be open on that Tuesday. You follow what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just, they're closed, period.
Right.
Post office, you ain't getting your mail today. Does that mean you're going to deliver it on Sunday? Memorial Day is coming up. There ain't going to be no mail service on Monday. Does that mean they should deliver it on Sunday?
Yes. Just kidding.
So, anyways, back to my deal. So, I shot up to LA on Thursday night.
Okay.
His graduation was Friday morning. We had hotel room, the whole nine, my wife and I. So, my wife actually went up there on Wednesday with my sister-in-law.
Okay.
So, myself and my brother-in-law, we shot up on Thursday after work. And we get there, we go to my daughter's apartment, hang out for a little while. So, okay, everybody got to get up early. It's going to be graduation tomorrow. We got to meet at the school at 7:37.
Oh, wow.
Because it starts at I'll get to it, but the ceremony started, I think, 8 or 8:30.
God damn.
Yeah. And you got to find seats. And it turns out we got a booklet of all the graduates.
Yeah.
Remember the smaller phone books that we got, not the big yellow and white pages, but more the yellow pages.
Yeah.
It's a book like that of graduates.
No way.
Dude, it was nuts.
Fuck.
Anyways, so I had booked. As soon as we found out when the graduation day was, which was in October, we booked a room. First night. As soon as we found out, booked the room.
Okay.
Because we know it's going to be nuts. We know the longer you wait, the price is going to go up. Book the room.
Confirmation, you got everything.
Everything. Booked it through Bank of America with my reward points on my credit card. Booked this way for airlines, previous hotels, previous airlines, rental cars, no problems.
Okay.
We're at my daughter's apartment. All right, it's about maybe 9 o'clock. Let's go. Time to go. Get to the hotel. Wait in line to check in. Well, I valet my car, walk into the lobby, do it every time. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, reservations for Pacheco. She starts tapping. Yeah, your room was canceled. So you'll need to find out, where they relocated you to. I'm like, excuse me? Yeah, it's been canceled.
Wow.
What? I was like, what are you talking about? Dude, it's like 10 o'clock at night. I'm dead tired. Been up since 4 in the morning. She's like, well, yeah, they should have contacted you. You've been canceled. And I was like, I'm not ready to deal with this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I said, you know what? I'll pay for a room. Oh, yeah, we're sold out. I was like, you're kidding me right now.
Wow, they did you dirty.
Dude. Dirty, kid.
Did they end up setting you up somewhere else?
So, I see you booked through Expedia. No, I booked through Bank of America. Well, yeah, they use Expedia apparently. So since that's a third party, you need to contact them to see where they relocated you at. They should have contacted you that it was canceled. I'm like, again, this was booked in October. How could it be canceled? Well, I don't know.
Just shitty like that.
Shitty, kid.
Wow.
So I'm like,
wait, what hotel was it?
DoubleTree.
Really?
Really?
Did me dirty, kid.
They're usually really good.
Yeah.
So, and I didn't even get them cookies that they give you when you check in. So, they gave me the phone number
to check in. You didn't get a room.
That's true. So
Should
they
I
gave.
ask for
Sorry,
it? Did I
Tony.
at least get a
I
cookie?
didn't mean to burst your bubble, but
You know why I say that? It's because I'm in the lobby. It took 2 hours to get a room, kid. But I'll get to that. During those 2 hours, I'm sitting on the couches in the lobby. Thank God they didn't kick us out. Because we had all luggage, the whole nine, sitting on our couches.
wow.
And every time somebody checked in, kid, I saw him hand him that bag of cookies. Because DoubleTree's known for their cookies.
Right.
So I call Bank of America. Hey, what's going on? Whoa, excuse me. No, I call Bank of America. Woman gets on the phone. I told her what's going on. She's like, I don't show it being canceled on our end. I'm like, well, they're saying it's canceled on theirs. And they're like, she's like, well, I'm going to have to contact Expedia. Hold on. She puts me on hold for a little while. She goes, okay, I contacted them. I'm going to put you on hold. It might be a while, but they will, they'll get on the line and see where they're going to relocate you to. I'm like, cool.
They didn't even relocate you anywhere yet?
No, because I wasn't canceled in their system. Dog, after being on hold for 45 minutes, I don't know, when I say 40, every 3 or 4 minutes that recording comes on, due to
High
call volume, we'll get to you as soon as. I'm like, holy shit. My wife is texting my daughter, calling my daughter, look, we got some issues with the room. We might have to stay at your place. My sister-in-law and brother-in-law were already staying with my daughter.
Oh, wow.
So it's like,
Oh boy.
so one of the reasons why we didn't stay with my daughter to begin with is because we got to be there at 7 in the morning. 3 people, this was before my brother-in-law and sister-in-law were coming, 3 people trying to get ready.
in that little one
And
bedroom.
that, 2 girls. Me, I just take a shower, I'm good.
Right.
But the two of them, it's like, oh, we're just going to get our room. It's going to be a lot easier that way. Anyways, after 45 on hold for 45 minutes to an hour, I called the same number on my wife's phone. So now I got 2 phones.
Oh boy.
With them. My wife's phone, the woman that picked up, she actually like stayed on the line with me. She was the go-between between me and Expedia. And she said the same thing. We're not showing it being canceled in the system. They're going to relocate you. Apparently, you ain't got a place to stay. I was like, look, I'm from out of town. I played that card. I'm from out of town. I don't know this place. Da-da-da. And she's like, after about 10 minutes, she gets back on the line. She goes, what's going on out there? There's no rooms available anywhere. And I was like, I said, it's a graduation we're here for a graduation. It's a big college, though. It's a big university. She goes, that's probably it. After about maybe 45 minutes with her, so now it's 2 hours, they relocated me to another hotel.
Hotel 6 by the airport.
Actually, it was Intercontinental. I'll get to that in a second.
That's like a low budget La Quinta Inn.
Nah, kid.
Worse?
No, it's like a 5-star.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So finally, it's all been handled. Cool. Go back outside, give the valet my ticket. He takes my ticket. He's like,
we don't have your card.
No, he's like, it's not stamped that you paid, because there's a valet fee when you when you valet park, it charges you your room.
Right.
But they give you apparently this place gives you a stamp on your valet ticket. He's like, it's not stamped. I was like, I don't know what that means. He goes, well, did you pay? I was like, no, they didn't have a room for me. They told us the room's not available. And he's like, oh, well, there's a fee for valet. I said, okay, but I'm not going to pay it. 'Cause again, back to I'm a bear.
Right.
I'm cool. I'm not going to pay it. I mean,
right.
Say what you want. He goes, well, I'm going to have to talk to my boss about that. I'm like, you go ahead and talk to whoever you want to talk to. I'm not going to pay it. So the boss comes. He goes, hey, what's going on? I said, I got here 2 hours ago and my room was canceled. He was like, oh, they're going to have to stamp it for us to get you your car. And I was like, yeah, no, I just need my car, man. I'm out. And he's like, okay. And at this point, like one of the bellmen that was like been out there for a while,
right?
He comes out. He heard us talking. He's like, yeah, no, they're not gonna pay. Don't worry about it. They didn't get a room, and so they're at the bellman. So me and the bellman start chopping it. I was like, yeah, dude, I don't know what's going on. He's like, yeah, we're booked up. And I was like, yeah, but dude, I had my reservation since October, and I know exactly what it is. I got my room for like, let's say $300 a night.
Right.
Them rooms were going for $600-700 a night.
Yeah.
So I got booted.
Yup.
So they gave me my car. I tipped the valet, of course, because it's not his fault. So we go to the hotel. And dude, this is a 5-star hotel. The lobby is on the 70th floor.
Jesus Christ.
Dog.
70th floor?
70th floor. So you catch the elevator, it only goes to the 70th floor from the bottom floor.
Okay.
So you get out of the elevator and it's a lobby. There's a bar, the whole nine. And behind the lobby, behind the people checking you in, dude, is nothing but glass walls. And I swear to God, that building was swaying. I started getting a little motion sickness.
Really?
Yeah, dude, it was scary. I'm not gonna lie, I was scared. So I check in, and it's the service. Because when we were done, he comes out from around the desk,
kiosk, the door, yeah,
and he hands me my keys. And he's like, my name is such and such. If you need anything, be sure to give us a call. Feel free to ask for me. It's just
personalized
again,
service.
Yeah, it's for him to come around to give instead of just handing. He could have just handed it to me, no big deal.
Right.
But that's just a service. So then they point you in the direction of a second set of elevators, and from there you go down to your room.
That's crazy.
Yeah, dude, it's nuts. So to leave, again, I was on, let's say, the 36th floor. To leave, I got to go up to the 70th, past the lobby, take the other elevators back to the bottom floor.
Holy shit.
That's a trip. So we did that. Show up to the...
Hold on. Real quick before you go. So did you get fucked on the price, or did they give them to you for what you were getting the other ones for?
I didn't pay anything extra.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Good. Good.
So we get to the school. We were thinking about Ubering, but then going would have probably been easy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Leaving would have been a cluster.
Leaving, I was like, it's gonna be fucked because everybody's leaving at the same time.
Right. And everybody has the same Uber idea.
Yeah.
And everybody driving like a piece of shit.
Yep.
And yeah, everything. That's just what I thought. And I'm thinking to myself, this is such a big school. Not only have they been doing this for decades, graduations, the parking situation should be alleviated now that there is car services.
Right.
So, of course, there's still going to be people parking, but it just shouldn't be as much because of people taking Ubering.
Right.
Taking Ubers. So, we park. No big shit. Everything was cool. Walk over there. We find some seats. Grab some food.
They had
My
food
son
at graduation?
Oh, yeah, they had pop-up canopies selling food. They're not giving it away. They're selling it. But yeah.
Right.
So the ceremony starts at 8. We meet up with my daughter and my in-laws. My son came, and then he had to go. So now the 8:30 ceremony is for the whole university. So all the kids that are graduating, which is all the parents that are coming that came as well.
Holy shit.
And that's like 2 hours long, at least. You know how they give what's the word I'm looking for?
Awards?
Honorary degrees.
Right.
Ron Howard got one.
Wow.
When he went up there, I was like, that's Richie Cunningham. Holy shit. Because they got these big ass monitors and shit. You can see what's going on.
Wow.
The funniest shit in regards to him is the people who were getting these honorary degrees, they were giving them their credits, like what they're known for.
Right.
So they're like, actor, producer, director Ron Howard. He's been and done movies such as Apollo 13. They start rambling these movies.
Right.
And the last movie they said was "And the Grinch That Stole Christmas," and dog. All the graduates were like, "Oh shit!" They start clapping, and even he started laughing because he was like, "Out of all the movies,
right?
It's the Grinch That Stole Christmas." Bob Erskine, I think, is something like that.
Okay.
He got an honorary degree, and then some other dude did. The speaker was an athlete, a woman athlete that graduated there. She started her own business, shoes. I don't even remember her name. So that was like a good 2 hours, right?
Holy shit.
Now, I don't know if you knew this because I really didn't. Then we go to his college ceremony. Okay. So, do you know college and university?
No.
All right. Neither did I. A college is a school. COD is a college.
Okay.
It's a standalone school.
Okay.
A university houses colleges. So his college is a certain one in a certain subject.
Right.
His college of science, his college of mathematics. I think he was like the college of finance or something along those lines.
Okay.
His actual college, there was 2 ceremonies, and his was like at 3:00.
Fuck.
So we're hanging out there. We'll grab some lunch. It's hot.
So you're there at 8. So that's
they're at 7:30.
You were there at 7:30. 7:30 to 12. That's what, 4.5 hours.
Yes.
And then another 3 hours till he graduates. So that's 7.5 hours already.
It was a long day.
Holy shit.
Long day. Now, his ceremony again was at 2:30 or 3:30, something like that.
Okay.
We show up to where it's going to be at, and they're finishing up the first half of his colleges.
Shit.
So they finally leave. We go in there, get seats, the whole nine. His ceremony starts. They give their honorary degrees. His speaker was one of the comedians or actresses on Saturday Night Live now.
Oh,
I don't know
really?
her name. She's an African American woman. She's the only one that's on the show right now.
The big girl? The
No,
one from
no.
Ghostbusters? Oh.
No, one of the skinnier ones. I don't remember
There's a
her
skinny
name.
black girl on Saturday
Yeah.
Night Live? I haven't watched it in a while, but
So she had some really good stories. You know, how she actually went to USC and da-da-da. And she was supposed to become a doctor because her parents are actual, like, Africans
oh
that
shit.
came to America. And, you know, they wanted her to be a doctor, that type of deal. And so she actually spoke as her mother, you know, in the accent that they had.
Right.
Saying, you know, you're not going to be a doctor. What do you know? You a comedian? What are you talking about? That type of deal. So that was pretty good. He went up, got his diploma.
How many sashes did he end up with?
I think he had like 3 or 4.
Okay. Did he get any of the academic ones?
No,
No. Okay.
no. Well, I don't know. That I don't know. But you know how they got the valedictorian and stuff like that?
Right.
Dog. That's a whole nother level. You know, like when we went to high school, it's like whoever got the best grades.
Right.
Nah, this is like this dude who won it got grades. He did volunteer work. He created a foundation. Dog, it's a whole nother level, kid.
Fucking overachievers.
Dog, like there was 3 of them. What is it, valedictorian and the salad-victorian or something like that.
Yeah, and then you have Magnum Cum
Yeah,
Laude or
dog,
whatever it is.
another level stuff they were doing. It's incredible.
Wow.
So here's the deal. We had dinner reservations at 6:30.
Oh, fuck.
His joint was at 2:30, right?
Right.
The restaurant is 3 miles away from the campus. On the same street. It's just a straight shot, just like going down Remote Road.
Okay.
At 5, he still hadn't received his diploma. So we were like, try to push it back. So my daughter calls him, I got a reservation. We need to push it back an hour. They're like, yeah, we're really busy tonight. Well, let me see. And they pushed it back to 7:30.
Okay.
We got it out of that spot at between 6. Let's say it finished at 5:36.
Okay.
Clusterfuck trying to get out of the garage. Maybe half an hour, 40 minutes.
Wow.
Because right out of the garage is a signal light. So when that light turns green, 4 cars, maybe 5 can exit before it starts to turn yellow.
And the street's so fucking busy, nobody can get out anyways.
So fucking busy, it's ridiculous. Wow. Finally get out. Again, we are 3 miles from the restaurant. Probably took us a good 15, 20 minutes to get there. To where we made it like just in time, 7:30 for our reservation.
Holy shit.
Dude, bananas.
Where'd you guys go? Somewhere nice?
Morton's.
Oh. Nice.
Yeah.
So what'd you have?
Steak, of course.
Did you get the one with the bone marrow butter? Oh, it's the
Garlic
best.
butter.
You gotta try the one with the bone marrow butter.
I don't know if I saw that.
Oh, shit's delicious. Really? Yeah.
Got my lemon drop martinis.
That's hilarious.
So that was that. Went home. Oh, excuse me. At one point in the afternoon, I don't answer phones. I don't answer numbers that's not on my contact.
Okay.
Okay? Not that I even heard it ring at this particular point in time. This has never happened before. Bank of America called me. wanted to know how my reservation went at the DoubleTree.
Really?
How scathing of a review was that?
Well, I didn't. I called her right back. I mean, I must have missed the call by 15 minutes. I called the number. It was an 800 number. Yeah, they don't know who called me. But here's the deal. They have never called. I've booked plenty of rooms. I've booked plenty of airline tickets. I've booked airline and rooms when I don't even have points to do it. They just charge the credit card because it's a Bank of America. It's just easier that way for me.
Right.
They have never called me after the fact to find out how it went. So I know they knew something was going on. Wow. So I wanted to, hey, what happened? You guys left me
They were just trying to rub your nuts to make you happy?
So needless to say, I still haven't called them back to find out exactly what happened, to see if maybe they can give me something in return. Because, dude, again, stranded.
2 hours.
Not only was it, had I just not decided to pick up my wife's phone and make that second call, I would have never gotten a room. I'd have went to my daughter's house. So Saturday, now we're on to Saturday. What did we do Saturday? We didn't do much. Went to we're going to my daughter's house. We wake up. What the plan was to bring majority of my son's stuff back because he's moving out.
Okay.
He was going to stay there a few days, party or whatever.
Right.
He doesn't have any furniture. It's just clothes. But he's got a shit ton of clothes.
Okay.
So we went to his place, took majority of his clothes, went to my daughter's spot because my wife had to pick up some stuff. On our way to my daughter's spot, my wife says, "Oh, you think you could look at her bathroom plug, her outlet?" And I was like, "Sure, why? What's going on?" She says, "It doesn't work." I said, "Did you guys push the button?" She's like, "What button?" I said, "The little GFI button, the ones that are like in the kitchen in our bathroom."
Right.
She's like, "Yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't work."
You know what those are?
What?
The GFIs?
No.
He said, "Okay, well,
Okay.
because I want to talk about that."
Okay.
So we get there. We're getting our stuff. We weren't there that long. And sure enough, push the button. It's working again. And it's like I don't know how long it's been like that. She was dragging her feet, calling maintenance to come and fix it because, of course, you don't know what it is.
Right.
And it's just, you push the button. So I would like to go have another conversation about that. Anyways, so from there, we go to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. I've always wanted to hit that spot.
Is it good?
It's all right.
Just all right?
Yeah.
What was better?
Take it with a grain of salt. It is, Tony.
Yeah.
What's that?
Said take it with a grain of salt. It is, Tony.
No, it's not that great. I would prefer my Stater Brothers fried chicken, Albertsons fried chicken, and an Eggo waffle versus theirs.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
But I've always wanted to go. I'm glad I was able to go.
Got it out of your system.
Got it out of the system. Now, however,
Broken Yolk has pretty good chicken and waffles.
they did have this drink. My old lady didn't like it. She said it was too sweet. It was called a Sunset.
Okay.
I tried to make it at home, and I don't know how they did it. It's lemonade, half lemonade, and half fruit punch. And it's literally fruit punch, almost like a line, and then lemonade. The colors did not blend. I have no idea how they did it. Because if you don't mix it up, when you're drinking, you're first drinking lemonade, and then you drink the Kool-Aid.
And you sure it's Kool-Aid?
No.
Or like fruit punch?
Fruit punch, yeah. It was red.
It could have been grenadine. Grenadine's a little heavier.
And it's sweet like that? Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm going to have to try that then.
Have you ever tried it? It's called is it a Roy Rogers? I think it's a Roy Rogers where you get Coke and grenadine and it tastes like Dr. Pepper or like a cherry Coke almost.
No, I've never tried that.
Okay.
Dude, it was off the hook.
Really?
Oh, man.
And just called a Sunset.
It was called a Sunset. Oh, dude, off the hook.
What kind of orange juice? Didn't he tell you?
Lemonade.
What kind of lemonade? Oh, well, not lemonade. So maybe it's lemonade and the fruit punch is that Tampico fruit punch because that shit's really thick.
But I mean, I tried it at home the next day, and dude, as soon as you pour the second one, it mixes.
Did you try it with a spoon? If you put a spoon into the glass and you pour the juice onto the spoon like slowly, it'll layer it. It won't mix. That's how they do it at bars when they're doing drinks like that.
Really?
I don't know if alcohol has something to do with it, but I know that's how they do it.
Okay,
they either
so
do the back of the spoon.
Are you talking about? Okay.
So it's you want to use the convex edge? Is that what it is, or
The backside?
The backside.
Yeah, the backside of the spoon or the stem.
Huh. But even, I mean, I'm thinking the speed of it coming down. You don't think
That's why you angle it. You angle it really acute.
Sharply.
Yeah. And it slowly goes up.
I gotta try it because, dude, that made the meal for me.
Just the
off
drink
hook.
itself?
Dude, the drink was good.
Well,
with some chicken.
He clearly did not like the
Yeah,
chicken.
the chicken
No, it
or the
would-
waffles.
Again, only because I like my Eggo waffle because I like the crunch.
Right.
Their waffle was soft.
Really?
Also, can we talk
I love
about
it.
how what's the word I'm looking for? False advertising it is to call it chicken and waffles. Because I've only ever been served one waffle with chicken and waffles.
This one had two,
Oh, okay.
but they were thin, very
Oh.
thin.
Really?
Yeah, almost,
Yeah, I've only ever had thick
almost
waffles.
pancake thin.
Dude, there was this place out in Alameda, which is in the Bay Area.
Okay, I was gonna say.
So you have Hayward, San Leandro, Oakland, and then just to the east of Oakland is Alameda County, all that area there. They have that little city has some of the best places to eat, and they had this waffle place that was really, really well known, dude. Like we'd go and because we had a couple of people out in that area that we had to go knock on doors for money. And dude, every time I was, man, we need to go and try. We need to try it. Every time we drive by, no matter what time of day, the fucking line was around the corner. So I don't care, dude. Next time we come, we're trying it. And we fucking tried. Shit was bomb.
What was it?
Good fucking waffle. I don't remember the name.
Chicken and waffles?
It was mainly waffles. That's what they were known for. Was the waffles.
Waffle House.
No, it was Elmer's waffles. Elmo's.
Well, there's an
There's an Elmer's
Elmer's
here.
out here, but I don't think that's
No, that's
franchise.
not, no. It's something different. I'll have to find out what it's called, but it's in Alameda, like on their main street. And
So,
they
go ahead.
used to have this coffee place there, Cafe Coffee. It was like some Ethiopian coffee that they served specially there. And the dude would make these fucking. You'd go there and get a bacon breakfast sandwich, dude, and it was fucking home. And he would stack the bacon on that fucker. That shit was good. You can go back there just for that shit. That shit was bomb.
Well, Roscoe's where we went to was like on Crenshaw type deal.
Yeah, hood.
It was like, it was hood, real hood.
People fighting behind the counter and shit.
Actually, I'll be honest with you, because my car was stacked full of his clothes and stuff.
Right.
So I was like actually a little nervous. I'm like, damn, I don't need somebody busting my window to try and get these clothes.
Right?
They had a dude standing out front, like a quote unquote security guard, which was cool.
Shit, he was going, hey man, there's this car right here.
I tipped him on the way out, and he was like, I gave him a 10 spot. And he looked at me, and it was almost like he didn't want to take because he didn't know what I was doing.
He was like, I ain't got no drugs on me. What
And
you
I was
want?
like, here you go, man. He was really appreciative of it. And I was like, shit, I didn't have to worry about my car. Trust me, that's worth $10 alone.
Right?
So while we were eating dinner, having that breakfast, I used to hit a chicken spot. I used to have a stepfather who had family in Inglewood. And whenever we went to go visit her, we used to hit this chicken spot called Louisiana Fried Chicken. Dog, I haven't had it in decades. For some reason, being in the ghetto, I guess, I was like, hold up. There might be Louisiana around here. Sure enough, found it. Went
Good.
to another ghetto-ass place.
As good as you remember?
Not as good as I remember.
Nah,
But, and the reason why it wasn't as good, because it was a Louisiana Fried Chicken, but they also sold Chinese food. So I got to find a spot that's just strictly the chicken.
Oh shit!
You know, and I don't think it probably wouldn't make a difference, but I kind of think
Fuck the fuck, it wouldn't make a difference.
ingredients.
You don't think
mix.
Ping Lang back there is flipping back and forth?
Oh, you want some more buttermilk chicken? We fry real good for you.
So that was the extent of that, I think. Yeah. And then this past weekend, we threw a little party for him. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It was a good time.
Thank Seabass, we missed you.
I'm glad I was invited.
You were invited. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
No one ever told me about no party.
Bullshit. I told you about it. I asked
Nope.
you. He's so full of shit because I
I am
told you.
not full of shit, Tony.
Because I told you
I
had to
promise
dress
you.
up.
Hold on.
I'm not going then.
I promise you.
He didn't tell you. He checked the mail, got the invitation, never told you.
Yep. I didn't even know that there was an invitation in the mail.
He's so full of shit.
I'm not fucking with you, Tony. I don't know.
Hold on. Both of you are looking at me serious as shit right now. Like,
I'll put that on everything. I told him, and I told, hey,
I put it on his life that he didn't say a word.
I'm gonna die tomorrow then, because I told you. I said, hey, we were invited over to Tony's because his son's graduating, and but you got to dress nice. You said, fuck it, I'm not going then. You believe what you want. It's cool.
Yeah.
Man. I wouldn't lie to you about
we're
it.
at an impasse right now because, dude, he's sitting there saying, like, but you do have a little smirk when you're saying it.
Well, yeah, because he's sitting here trying to fucking stare me in my eyes telling me he told me.
I know I told you.
And then he's telling you some shit that I would definitely say about having to dress up nice. But I promise you.
I told him, bro.
Believe who you want. But
I can flip a coin. I mean, honestly,
Well,
both
why-
of you are coming at me strong. Like,
Why would I not
you're
tell
telling. And why would? But why? Okay.
that's what I'm saying. Like, why would you not?
Okay, let me ask you this. I'm Mingo. Don't look at him and don't answer. Why would he say on God that you didn't tell him?
Because he doesn't remember that I told him. I know that I told him because I went to his room. As a matter of fact, I don't know if I texted him about it or not. But I went to his room and told him. As a matter of fact, if I remember correctly. Let me look. Hold on.
So you are lying.
Why would I lie?
Because if he's got proof of a text,
He
I
didn't
don't
text
remember
me.
if it was a text or not. Let me look, though.
Because if it were a text, I would have looked at it. I remember more of a text.
Because I think I asked you, hey, are you working late tomorrow? I said, because Tony's throwing a party for his son.
so you got that text? You reading it?
It does look like he's reading it, but I don't think it's there. I don't remember that.
Is it? Hold on. Stand by. May 12th. That may be too soon. No, I must have just told you because I don't have it on here. But I know I told you.
Okay, well, again, we missed you. So we threw a little, shing thing for him. And got a question for you.
For me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I wasn't there.
At one point during the night, we brought out a speaker in the backyard.
Oh, yeah.
And we played music. So the following day, Sunday morning, my neighborhood notorious for calling the cops when you have a party. The cops always show up, regardless if we're doing something or if we're getting rowdy or not, and saying a neighbor's complaining, turn down the music type deal. Every time. Christmas parties, birthday parties, no matter what it is, guarantee police are going to show up.
Okay.
Multiple times during the night. Because, of course, we turn it down out of respect, but then it always manages to go back up by a certain time.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So this time, no cops showed up. None. No cops knocked at the door.
Which is really surprising because when I left, there was like 4 or 5 cops, like a couple blocks down from your house.
And it's funny you say that because our buddy Luis, his wife, said there were police outside because her kids went home at one point, and I guess she walked them out type deal. And she said, and I don't know how she knew this. Maybe she just made it up, or that's what she thought happened, or she was told by them. They were looking for a house that was very loud for a noise complaint, and that they could hear another house louder than ours that they were going to.
Okay.
Now, how she knew this, I don't know. We're kind of high, not high. We're kind of buzzed and stuff. So
right.
I'm not sitting there, hey, how did you find that out? I just remember saying that. But again, cops never showed up. The next day, doorbell rings. My daughter answers it. She's talking to some lady. I come walking out. And my daughter's like, hey, you need to talk to this lady. So I'm like, hey, can I help you? She says, yes, hello. I'm your neighbor. I live on the street behind you, a few houses down. I said, yes. She goes, I see that you had a celebration here last night. And spiritually, we were celebrating with you. She goes, however, the music was kind of loud and it got really late.
Oh, that jungle music you were playing.
So we'd appreciate it if the next time you really took your neighbors into consideration and turned the music down, after a certain hour. She's like, I'm not complaining, 10 o'clock, I understand. 11 o'clock, I understand. But when it gets later than that, maybe you might want to turn it down next time. And I said, well, actually, the police came by, but they didn't tell us anything because they were looking for a party that was actually louder than ours. And she says, well, and then you guys were screaming. And I was like, no.
Yes.
Well, there's a funny story. Okay, I didn't remember anybody screaming. Okay. So I was like, I told her, I said, look, nicely and calmly. I said, look, it doesn't happen often. We had a graduation. Sorry, but, it happened. She goes, I understand. And spiritually, we were with you. But, just next time, if you could. And, I'm not going to argue with her. I'm not going to go.
You should have just said, okay, I'll spiritually turn it down. Thank you.
Exactly. Well, not in so many words, but I'm like, look, I had a good party last night. Part of the reason is because no cops showed up. I'm not going to sit here and argue with you about me having a nice time last night. If you felt like you needed to come and say that, that's fine. I don't care. Whatever. The time for me to argue my point is when the cops are here and making us turn it down. That's when I'm going to sit there. No, what the fuck that? My son's graduating.
Right.
But it's over. I had a great time. I'm good. So I was like, okay, whatever. Thank you. Bye. That type of deal.
Right.
So I closed the door. My daughter's like, that bitch, I swear to God, I would have killed her. I'm like, fuck. And I was like, thinking to myself, I didn't tell her nothing. And I get it. Don't get me wrong. But again, what am I going to argue with her about?
Right.
It happened last night and we had a great time. What's the big deal? So my brother had came by later on in the afternoon. And we were talking. He's like, oh, man, great party, da-da-da. And I was like, hey, man, let me ask you a question. I said, was the music loud last night? He was like, oh, yeah, it was real loud. And I was like, you being serious?
Man, how old is your brother, though?
Funny you say that, too. I'll get to that in a second. And I said, really? He's like, yeah, dude, it was loud because we were on that couch and I was talking to somebody and we were like, yo, he's playing that music kind of loud. And I was like, but that was only one speaker. I said, because I was telling him about this neighbor that came by. I said, and then they said we had, people were screaming. He's like, yeah, they were screaming.
Yeah.
And I was like,
they were screaming.
I don't remember that at all. At all. I don't remember nobody screaming. What would they be screaming about?
Couldn't hear him over the music.
Yeah.
So then I told my wife, I said, hey, my brother said that the music was real loud last night. And she's like, how old is your brother? I'm like, he's only 4 years older than me. She's like, yeah, but he's different,
Yeah.
And I was like, but I didn't think the music was that loud. So was it loud?
Look, I was standing at the DJ booth. So I was, we were kind of behind the speaker. And it couldn't have been that loud because I understood everything Rob said. And for those of you guys that don't know, Rob starts talking to you, and so you're kind of like, what? But I could. So either I was really drunk enough where I could focus on what Rob was saying, or Rob was talking really loud. But I understood him just fine. And as a matter of fact, I left, and you were playing music, and when I went out front, I couldn't really hear it because I was like, oh, maybe it is loud, and I walked out. She can't even fucking hear it. All right.
And this particular neighbor, I know them. I have to admit, where the speaker was lined up is like a straight shot to her yard, if that makes sense.
Right.
Like, and it's going through backyards. So there's, other than the walls, of course, there wasn't actual structures, buildings coming from my house to her house.
Right.
And I know that for a fact because back in the day, it hasn't happened in a couple of years, they used to have this light.
Oh, yeah, you told me. It was those people?
Yeah. Dog. They had this light pointed, and it's me and my neighbor, one of my neighbors, we're the ones that have the parties. And they have more parties than I do.
Okay.
If it starts getting late and the music starts getting loud, dude, they will turn this light on, and it's like the bat signal shooting straight into our yards. And it's like, and it's one of those things that it's bright for like 2-3 minutes, and then for the next 3 minutes it starts dimming by itself.
Oh yeah.
And
it's
then,
that hot when it comes on.
Yeah, and like, so for a good 10 minutes you have light, but for the first 4 minutes, it's like, holy shit, you think there's a helicopter above you.
Fuck.
And we just get used to it, no big deal. They haven't done that in a while. I think maybe police told them you can't be doing that or something, because that's a bright ass light.
Right. Fuck.
So it is those neighbors. So again, the music does, and it was pointed, unfortunately, like in that direction.
Well, all that shit ricochets off all the bare walls anyways, and goes back over the fence to them. And really the bass is what travels, but it wasn't that loud.
Cool.
Because when I went to go say bye to Rick and Champ, I could hear them perfectly too. And I have bad hearing, so throughout
Like
the
Champ's
night,
quiet either.
Yeah.
Throughout the night, I would turn the volume up and then back down because standing behind the speaker, I kind of thought it wasn't loud enough.
Right.
So I would turn it up, and then after a while, I was like, man, that might be loud. Let me turn it down. So it was constantly going up and down.
But yeah, when you played the right song, those girls were coming out screaming their heads off.
Dude, I do not remember that at all.
Just because you're not used to girls screaming anymore. Just going to throw that out there, Tony. You do with it what you want. You know what I'm saying?
So, you say you were drunk?
You know what? I shouldn't say this.
Don't, because this is aired and you drove home.
Yeah, so not really. I probably shouldn't have driven. Too late. They can't get me for it now. I'm good. I probably shouldn't have gotten behind the wheel. But I didn't. But I had stopped drinking for like 5-10 minutes. No, I'm just kidding. But like 45 minutes before I left.
You know, the funny thing is, I remember at one point you said you stopped drinking, and my daughter came around with the shots.
Right.
And she peer pressured you into taking one.
Yeah. Well, I think I ended up with like, every time I fucking turn around, Rob had another Bacardi and Coke in my hand. Like he was, hey, you want another one? Yeah. And I'm talking, so I just hand him the cup, and he would just tap me on the arm, and while I'm talking and point at the guy, I just hand him the cup, and motherfucker come back with another food. Go, okay, cool. So I must have had like, I don't know, 5 or 6 Bacardi and Cokes.
Damn.
And then I had like the 3 or 4 shots that your daughter forced on me. The glass of champagne. And that was it.
That would have been real fun.
But yeah, I was toasty. It was a little head change. Huh?
Did you eat?
Yeah, dude, where was that food from?
Then you're good.
No, where was that food from?
Nicolino's Italian spot.
That shit was bomb, dude.
Was it?
Yeah. I hadn't eaten there in years. I used to hang out with Nicolino all the time.
Oh, yeah?
With little Nick, yeah. And I knew the parents from the bank when I worked at Palm Springs Savings.
I brought that shit home working at the lodge every fucking day.
Oh, that's right.
That place and the other Gaslight.
Oh, that's right. They never let you bring chicken home while it was always gone.
Yeah.
Gaslight. That's just not there anymore, right? Gaslight, it's
I
gone.
don't think
Ain't
so.
that in Bermuda Dunes?
Yeah, I think so.
The airport?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think the lodge is there anymore. I know it's still there, but I don't know if they
I think it's
still
open.
do anything.
Man, I'm about to go to Nicolino's, man. That shit was good, dude. Really, really good.
Yeah, we had a good time.
Yeah,
That was a nice little setup.
Yeah, it was cool. Even, we sat down and
Yeah, it sounds like it was cool.
talked with Melissa for a while, and went outside and hung out with Lou and Henry, Henry's wife, and a couple that were sitting with them, and we got into
Henry, the
some
little short guy that had the one in the arm?
Yeah,
The arm?
yeah,
Did he talk about me?
no,
The arm.
Yeah. Arm in his cast or whatever?
yeah,
He had a cast?
yeah, because he had something was wrong with his arm or his shoulder or something. He had to have it fixed.
I don't even remember this.
Yeah, it was at what's his name? At Ivan's house.
Ivan, yeah.
He had just had surgery on his arm or some shit
He was at my
Rotator
work,
cuff,
work
right?
about 2 weeks ago.
because he picked something up and fucked up his arm or something.
Oh.
He was at my work about 2 weeks ago.
Oh, really?
Was that right?
He walked in. I can't remember if he was walking in or walking out, but I recognized him. He didn't see me because I was off to the side. So you're going to show up and not say anything to me? He turned around and he was like, "Whoa, who is that?" Like, "Oh, you're Mingo's son." I'm like, yeah.
That's a pretty good fucking Henry, by
Yeah,
the way.
it is actually.
Like, what's your manager here? I was like, yeah.
Friday night, I
Don't
went to
get butthurt about that.
That's a really good fucking Henry, dude. I'm surprised.
Friday night. One of my son's friends from high school, like one of his best friends, graduated Berkeley. She baller too.
Holy shit.
She had her graduation party, which is in a neighborhood north of mine, and she had a theme. It was cowboy themed.
For a
So-
graduation?
Yeah.
Okay.
So everybody had to dress. They wanted everyone to dress in cowboy outfits. So I borrowed me a cowboy hat, black cowboy hat. My wife borrowed a brown one from her side of the family, and threw that on with the glasses. Didn't shave for could be a day, and I still look the same.
It's only because you fucking watched Yellowstone and you thought, I could dress like that.
I could pull Kevin Costner off.
No, I was his second dude in charge. I don't know his name. Not his son. In the first season,
Oh, the older white man?
I don't know how old he is, but
I don't know.
yeah. And they had a mechanical bull, kid.
Did you get on it?
Nah.
Come on.
You see what happened in Urban Cowboy with John Travolta? Where the dude swung it and hit it and broke his arm? I can't be doing that, man. Nah. Because they didn't know how to run that machine. Come on, kid. They had like
They didn't have, so like it was rented, right?
I would assume so. It's just kind of tight, though.
And nobody stayed there to run the machine. They're just like, oh, here's the hydraulic system.
Pretty
Go for it.
much.
Wow.
Holy
It
shit.
was like a little console
Yeah.
with some knobs. And they were just pushing buttons and seeing what would happen.
Oh.
I mean, and you could tell because nobody lasted more than 20 seconds. You know what I'm saying? So hey, go easy, up and down, that type of deal. Let them go, get used to it. Nah, it was straight circles, bam, you're off.
Well, that's like riding a bull. The bull's not going to be like, all right, we're going to take it easy for the first, 8 seconds, Tony, and then I'm going to give it to you.
I was surprised my son went on there.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious. It's a good time. Good time. Yeah, this last week they did like Spirit Week at work, and every day you got to dress up. And luckily, I got Cowboy Day off. But I went back, and they were pictures, and they all dressed like not bullfighters, but the guys that get the clowns that get the. That's what they
With the barrels and
yeah,
stuff?
that's what they look like. They look more like barrel cowboys than they did actual cowboys. And one girl dressed up like Woody, and she wrote Andy on the bottom of her foot and shit. I was like, oh.
So Spirit Week,
Yeah, I don't,
like high school?
yeah, I just let it go.
Well, they did it at my job, too.
Did they?
Really? Did they want you to dress up as something?
Not dress up, but they wanted you to wear specific items of clothing.
For example,
Band shirts.
really?
Yeah. So I got to go to work sporting Metallica one day. That was cool.
Yeah, so they wanted like
Somebody else did Slipknot.
one day we had like a tourist dressed the way you would if you were going and being a tourist at your favorite spot or where you want to go next. Like, what? Shorts and a t-shirt?
Yeah.
I said, fuck around, I'm gonna come in a Speedo watch.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And then again they had the band 80s day, shit like that.
Wow. And if the days that you were there, you complied?
Yeah.
What you wear for 80s Day?
No, I did not. 80s day I didn't. That was the first day I missed. And then the next one was tourist day. So I just went in jean shorts and that Kool-Aid shirt and my purple Pumas that match. That's what's up.
Kool-Aid shirt.
Yeah, I have this Kool-Aid shirt that says Kool-Aid. Oh, yeah.
Hold
My
up.
dad's a 13-year-old boy.
You got jean shorts?
Yeah, who don't?
I think it's a lot funnier if we call them jorts. Let's call them jorts.
You got jorts?
There we go.
No,
Yeah, you do.
I got jean shorts.
No.
You got denim shorts?
Yes. I've worn them around you all the time before. What are you talking about?
Really?
Yeah.
You probably have, and it probably no big deal. But just hearing it, I'm like, it just brings me back to high school. Yeah, I had jean shorts in high school.
Who doesn't wear jean shorts
Ouch.
50-year-old men.
He's got a point.
now? All right.
This is the same
I don't
person
want to
that,
be 50.
This is the same person that shit on your yellow shoes, though.
Yeah, right. Those are the most comfortable motherfuckers I got, though.
Oh, hey, I didn't know that you were wearing them.
And then the next was dress up like your favorite artist or with the band T-shirt. So I got that one shirt that's got all the hip hop artists on it.
I never seen that shirt.
No,
No.
There was one day for us where they had the associates dress up like managers and the managers like associates. That was fun.
Did you were people being like over the top being a manager?
No.
Oh,
no.
There were like jokes thrown around around the day, but not like really like, well, I'm in the fucking position now.
Right. Dress for success. Dressing
Yeah.
for the part I want.
I just dressed the same because that was the part where I was in limbo of like, which one are you?
Right.
okay. Now let me ask you this, and be honest to both of you. Honest. No chip on your shoulder.
Like as honest as we were earlier.
Yes.
Okay.
Did it work? Were spirits raised during this time?
No,
Fuck no.
Really?
I don't think so.
No. I mean, nobody was happy when they came in these outfits? Like, extra smile that day?
No, because I told my staff like the day before, I sent out reminders to them before I went home. Hey, don't forget tomorrow you could dress like this. They didn't come. They just came in their regular clothes. I said, fuck that. I'm going to take full advantage of getting to wear shorts to work. I'm wearing jorts 2 days.
There we go.
Give a
Can't
fuck.
beat them, join them.
Yup.
Thank you.
Wow. So, really?
Yep. Hell yeah.
In fact, the week after we had Spirit Week was when people started quitting.
I wonder if there was a correlation there, my friend. Any final words, Sebastian?
No, I'm good.
Sure?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Tony, any birthdays?
Yes.
Celebrations?
We do have a birthday.
Hey, before I let you go, though, Phil, that's his name, right?
Yes.
Wanted me to let people know, wanted us to tell people that the animal shelter here in Thousand Palms are having free adoptions all week. So go by and see Phil. Tell him that you heard about it on the Sideshow podcast, and he'll help you. He'll help you out and help you pick out an animal that's right for you.
And where's this at?
Right here in Thousand Palms. I don't remember what street it's on, but it's if you come down and you go over Bob Hope over the freeway opposite of the casino, and you pass Varner, your first left will take you all the way to it.
Okay, yeah, I think it's like the animal shelter of Riverside County Animal Shelter.
There you go. That's what it's called. There you go.
Yeah.
I just remember he wanted me to tell people, and I just
Cool. This Saturday, your old friend from elementary school, my wife's friend from elementary school, my friend from high school, and Ivan's wife, Marta.
Yeah.
It's her birthday on Saturday.
Oh, nice.
So happy birthday, Marta.
Happy birthday, Marta.
I won't say how old she is, but happy birthday.
Are they going to be doing something big for us? She got to be in our range, right? Probably
No, I think
closer.
she's like late 30s. So happy birthday, Marta. I don't know what you're doing.
Fucking suck up. Who else? Is that it?
That's it.
Wow. Yeah, I'm good on mine too. All right, we're good. All right, hey guys, thank you so much for listening. I'm glad we're back. We should be back on track now. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Peace.